It is time for some Sunday afternoon baseball. We are coming to you live on two different channels here today. We are coming to you live on MetropoliFins, YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel, as well as A Side of Hustle, where the goal of that channel is to move 10,000 people from stupidly broken to fully free. So excited to be here with you. It's the first time we've done a dual live in a while. And if this works, we're going to try to do more of these going forward. I hope everybody is doing well. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you are interested in sports, especially baseball and football, make sure you hop on over to the MetropoliFins channel. There is a link over there. If you're interested in learning how to make more money and get financially free as well as free in other areas, make sure you head over to the A Side of Hustle channel. So both of those links are available in the opposite streams. And so you can hop over, you can watch on either stream, whatever one works for you. I'm super excited. We're going to be doing some live eBay listing as well as live reaction to the Mets-Yankees game that is going on. The Mets have taken the first two of this series. I am just finishing up a little bit of lunch here, but I wanted to get live as quick as possible. We got turkey wraps. Turkey, cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayo, salt, pepper. Vita, having me on doing chores, but I'm going to be on while listing stuff on eBay. So I'm trying to do the double task here as well. Trying to figure out how to do all of this a little bit better, a little more efficiently, and the dual live stream is definitely one of the ways that we are looking to go. On MetropoliFins, we are trying to get to 500 subscribers. That is the goal over there. On A Side of Hustle, we will be trying to build this back a little bit more. And so I'm going to get some things going here because I'm going to be up and moving quite a bit. I am listening and watching the game. I got the game over on one screen here. I've got the double streams rolling out over here, so I'm super excited to be here with you. I'm not going to be giving live play-by-play for each and everything, kind of a live reaction to what's going on, as well as interacting with you, but mostly just reacting to the game as it goes on. So make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. So for the eBay side today, there's always stuff to list. I got some shirts to list, but I can't take the pictures in here. I got to take the pictures out there. But I do have a stack of CDs that I'm going to be listing here as we go here. The Yankees are up here on the top of the second. It is 0-0. Top of the second. Mets have won the first two games of the series. I am not playing anything. I am watching the Mets-Yankees game while listing on eBay. So I guess if I'm playing anything, I'm playing the eBay lottery. So if you are watching on MetropoliFins, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe if you enjoy baseball and football content. So we cover baseball and football from a New York Mets, Miami Dolphins fan perspective. Hope that you are doing well today. But while we're covering the game, while we're talking about baseball and answering all your questions, I'm also going to be listing on eBay. The link to the eBay store is in the description below as well. If you are interested in learning how to make more money and get financially free, make sure you also click on through to the A Side of Hustle. That's my other channel. So we got two channels. And there is a strikeout by Davinsky here for the Mets with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. So super excited to be with you. So I'm going to be doing some stuff. So drop your comments. Let me know who you're rooting for, who you are cheering for here today. And we will go from there. So I got to take some pictures of my eBay listings here. So let me know if you sell on eBay, what type of stuff you sell on eBay. Love to know and learn all about that as well. DJ LeMahieu is up for the Yankees here with 2 outs in the top of the second. So when I do a CD, just so you guys know, I'll kind of photograph the front, the spine, the back, zoom in on the barcode, open it up, take pictures of that and the inner booklet. And so I'll take a group of pictures first. And so I'm going to be doing that. And then I'll just be able to sit and then kind of list them as we go here. And I'm also, like I said, watching the Mets game as we go. So, but right now, we are just trying to figure out ways to pay all of the bills. And this is the way that we're going to be doing it. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count here in the Mets game as well. And that is foul back. Gotta get all my camera settings right here. Boom. So photographing your stuff Once you get a system, shouldn't have to take too long. Is that correct? Looks like that's maybe correct. And there's strike three called, and that's going to retire the Yankees here in the top of the second. We're going to the bottom of the second. It is 0-0 Mets and Yankees. So we're going to commercial break. So one of the things I learned from my mom is during the commercials, be super efficient. Get as much stuff done as you can. In fact, I find that the picture taking is actually, stuff like CDs, super easy. Once you just get a rhythm and a system, it just doesn't take that much work. Because you kind of know what you're planning on doing. And so you just kind of lay all that stuff out. Let me change the angle of this just a little bit. Zoom out and get all that in. There we go. And we already have one CD taken. Now, these are all CDs that I have already done the basic research on. And so now I'm just taking the pictures, and then I'll use a little bit of AI-assisted help in generating the actual listings here. So we're on commercial break right now. It is 0-0 Mets and Yankees. Going to the bottom of the second inning. And I found out afterwards a couple of these CDs that I thought were good were kind of duds, but I don't know if I should list them or not list them, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Hope everybody is doing well here today. So this is a Mannheim Steamroller CD that I am photographing here. Also had some like extra bonus older inserts in it and stuff too. So while we're on our way to try to live the dream as a YouTube content creator, as a primary, you got to find ways to make money in the meantime. I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you are subscribed to the Side of Hustle channel if you want to know more about making some money and getting financially free. And then make sure you subscribe to MetropoliFins if you are interested in baseball and football from a New York Mets and a Miami Dolphins fan perspective. Hope you guys are doing well on photographing some stuff. For eBay here, we're going to the bottom of the second inning here. Brandon Nimmo is at the plate. Let me turn the brightness up a little bit. Make this a little bit bigger on the screen. There we go. Brandon Nimmo is up for the Mets. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm not going to be doing full play-by-play of everything here. This will fly out. Oh, DJ LeMay makes kind of a sliding diving catch there. That was an adventure, but he was able to get it. All right, well, we already have 2 CDs that pictures are taken. So it's 1 out here in the bottom of the second. I'll kind of give you like a batter by batter update. Maybe that's the best way to do it. Swaggy Marky V, Mark Vientos is up for the Mets here today. Vientos is 2 for 23 since coming back from the injured list, so he has not gotten off to a great start. All right, here's the 1-1 pitch to Vientos coming up. Hope you guys are all doing awesome. Make sure you chime on in. Let me know what is going on with you. All right, we're going to check something out here really quick. Vientos is thrown out at first on a ground out there, thrown out by Volpe at first base. There we go. So there are now 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Still nothing Mets. I got 3 CD pictures taken already, and then when I'm done with this, I'll sit down and get them listed. You can do everything all at once. You can do it in smaller chunks. This is the last of my CD stack that I've been working through. So I'm going to get all of these done, and then I'll be able to at least sit for a little while I get them actually listed. No balls and 2 strikes is the count. Tyrone Taylor is up for the Mets. Let me know if you guys sell on eBay. What do you sell? Let me know what's going on with you. Tyrone Taylor fouls that one off. It's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Two balls and 2 strikes to Tyrone Taylor. Mets trying to get some 2-out rally going here in the bottom of the second inning. And Tyrone Taylor strikes out. That's going to retire the Mets in the second inning. It's going to be nothing going to the top of the third inning. Mets are looking for a sweep in this Yankees series. Yankees are trying to salvage. I think I heard, I didn't get a time to fact check this, so you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard that the Yankees have not beaten the Mets in a series since before Pete Alonso. Like every series the Mets and Yankees have played so far, since Pete Alonso's been with the Mets, since he's been out of the minors and then in the majors, the Mets have either tied or won the series. So I don't know if someone wants to fact check that, but if that's true, that is crazy. All right, we got 2 more CDs that we got to take pictures of here. And then we'll sit down and start working on the actual getting it listed part. We are commercial break. We are going to the top of the third inning. It is nothing Mets and Yankees so far. We might also interject to try to, if something happens, throw up a short or something on YouTube. We'll see what happens within this. We're at commercial break right now, waiting to see. One last thing to get photographed. All right. Zach Pop. So the Mets are doing a bullpen game today. Zach Pop is coming in for the Mets. This is his first, his debut with the Mets this season. And so I think he was with the Blue Jays and maybe the Marlins for a little bit. Austin Wells is going to hit this one out of here, too. So welcome to the Mets, Zach Pop, because Austin Wells just popped one out of here. That was a no doubt about it. All right. Well, that being said, at least we're done with photographing our CDs. So here's our stack of CDs here. It's 1-0 Yankees here on the top of the third. Got 7 CDs we just took pictures of. So we're going to move back down to the computer. I don't have to look at the side of me much longer. I hope everybody is doing well today. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you're on MetropoliFins, you want to learn more about making some extra money, then go ahead and click on that link over to A Side of Hustle that is posted and pinned in the chat. If you're watching on A Side of Hustle and you want to follow more sports talk over the long run, in addition to this, then click on over to MetropoliFins. All right, so it's 1-0. Paul Goldschmidt is up for the Yankees. So that's what we got. Hope everybody is doing well. Mets, of course, have won the first 2 games of the series. They have won the series officially. But they would love to get the sweep over the Yankees. There's a line out by Paul Goldschmidt. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out. We are on our way. MetropoliFins on the way to 500 subscribers. A Side of Hustle on the way to 2,000 subscribers. Could not do it without your help, so I appreciate you all so much. Trent Grisham is up now with 2 outs. Paul Blackburn becoming the best pitcher nowadays? Yeah. I'm hoping that David Peterson had his little bit of a rocky middle here and has kind of righted the ship. I mean, maybe it was just 2 bad weeks for the Mets. Maybe that's just kind of the best case scenario here. It was just two rough weeks for the Mets, and then they just got it out of their system and they're ready to go again. The good news is they had a nice little buffer with how well they had been playing. But yeah, it's been carnage on the starting and the relief pitching. There's a base hit up the middle for Grisham with 2 outs. Just gets past Lindor, diving to stop it and slow it down. So we are here. We're listing some stuff on eBay, as well as talking New York Mets baseball and baseball in general as well. Also, football season starting to creep up on us. Another 6 weeks or so, and training camps probably start in 4 weeks? Beginning of August, right? I think training camp starts then. So we'll obviously keep covering the Mets all the way through the playoff run, but we'll also have some Dolphins coverage and other football coverage too. So if you are watching on MetropoliFins, hit that like, hit that subscribe, help us get to 500. If, on the other hand, you want to learn how to make some extra money, get some financial freedom and other freedom in your life. Yeah, silly. Luckily, I was super busy over that time, so it was easy to just not care. I had enough other things going on. Made it easy enough to not care. Where are we going here? We do this one, this one, this one. That is going to be fouled back. It's Aaron Judge at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count here. Yankees are up early 1-0 today.
There's a grounder to short. Lindor tosses it to McNeil at second, and the Mets do get out of this inning here. It's 1-0 Yankees going to the bottom of the third. So Zach Pop gives up the leadoff home run, but that is all the damage that the Yankees are able to do. All right. So while we're on commercial break, especially, we're going to take what we have on here. And I already have a template set aside for my eBay CDs, so I don't have to recreate everything. And so then I'm taking all the information, all the pictures from that I just took, and then we throw them into AI to help it quickly create the listing details for us. So that way, you know, I always double check stuff as I go, but it really does save a ton of time. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look up the actual CD in eBay just to get some actual comps. In other words, what has it actually sold for? So this is the slightly less glamorous part of listing things on eBay. Let's see. That's a mighty horn. Let's see if this matches mine. It looks similar to mine, but you know, never know how it's going. It's a little different. Little different. What about this one? How's it going? Yes, it has been a while. Canadian Gig Life. We're back at it. We're trying the dual stream today on both channels. So just trying something a little different. I've been slowly rotating out of gig work. It's just been so bad. I don't know, how's gig work been by you? I hope it has been better for you than what it's been for me recently. There we go. Yeah, there's the other stream. You found the other stream. So I've just been pivoting to doing a lot more eBay and thrift store and garage sale hunting. Micah, how's it going? Hope you're doing well today. Mets are up here in the bottom of the third inning, down 1-0 early to the Yankees. And the Fighting Max Frieds. All right, let's see. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jeff McNeil at the plate for the Mets here. Here's the pitch. Fouled off by McNeil once again. McNeil's trying to figure out how to get on base here. Oh, swings at a ball in the dirt. Picked up by the catcher, thrown to first to retire McNeil. That was a nasty pitch by Max Fried right there. Hayden Sanger is up now and swings the first pitch. So, to be expected. Max Fried is a very difficult pitcher to hit off of. So, We'll see if the Mets can figure him out. Dies off at 10 a.m. Maybe I got to get out earlier in the mornings because it's just bad. And the way they've revamped everything, the new Uber Eats program is horrible. I'm Uber Eats green. I had one day where I got like 3 good Uber Eats orders, but most days I don't see anything over like $4 on Uber Eats. So Uber Eats is basically dead. Instacart with their new thing, now you have to do 300 deliveries to be the top tier. That's like, what does that work out to? 4 deliveries a day every day for 3 months straight on average. If you're going to take like 2 days off a week, that's like seven Instacarts a day every single day with 2 days off a week. It's really rough. All these companies are trying to force you to go full-time on their gig, and that's just not going to be a thing. Stuck at gold on DoorDash. This is flied out to center field by Sanger. That's going to be 2 outs. It's just been really rough on the gig side. Really rough. So, got to pivot. There's plenty of money out there. You just got to figure out where it is. Let's go. So our price is going to be, I'm going to go $18.95 for the price. Researching our comps here. I guess we'll leave it at $19.95. Still cheaper. Oh wait, that's $19.95 including. So let's go $13.95 and $8. Starling Marte at the plate here. No balls and 2 strikes. Fried is just kind of mowing the Mets down right now. A little blooper flare out to right, and it's going to fall in. So Marte has 2 hits on the day. The Mets have 2 hits on the day. All of Marte's hits are all of the Mets hits. Lindor is coming up. What can make me feel this way? My girl, my girl. Yeah, I don't have Amazon Flex or Walmart Spark. So maybe Instacart overall will pick up because some of the other ones will have it. Yeah, I did like last night. I did like 4 hours, made like $80, but not anything that gets me excited about going out. It's just way too much sitting and waiting. It's not. They're prioritizing all the other drivers, you know. And so if you're not top, I used to be top tier in like all of them. Now I'm top tier in none of them because their standards are just way crazy high. So. No balls, 2 strikes to Francisco Lindor. Oh, 052-184-199-421. That is the correct UPC code. Edition, album color. What's the color? It's blue. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Have they rolled out the new Uber Eats like program to you? Like, in what is for Uber Eats to be like the top, to not be the bottom tier? So let me look this up. It's so bad. I'm just trying to find it here. Anyway, I can't find it right now, but I'm on the base level, the new green level. Yeah, they changed it. No, Bree, I am phasing out. I'm trying to get to not dashing or delivering at all. It's just all the apps of they keep using my market as the test market for everything, and they've just ruined all of them. So DoorDash is completely broken with its on-time rating. Uber Eats with its new scale. I'm trying to figure out. Let me just put it on real quick because it shows it when I'm on Uber Eats Pro. So to unlock Uber Eats Gold, the first real tier, the bottom, anybody's green. Your acceptance rate has to be 30%. My acceptance rate has not been anywhere near 30% on Uber Eats ever. Like it hovers on, if it's a good run, gets to like 18 to 20%. And if it's normally, it's right where it is now. It's like 5 to 12%. That's usually where it hangs out. If I just to get my acceptance rating to 30% on Uber Eats, what's your acceptance rate on Uber, Corey? It's like I'd have to take so many $2 and $3 and $4 orders. So it's just they're all like I used to be gold all the time on Uber Eats because it wasn't based on acceptance rate. It was based on, and it really didn't change the offers. Now it's just we went to church this morning, Bree. Yeah, we were at church this morning. Actually helped in the middle school group this morning. So we went to the 10 o'clock service as a family, and we helped at the 11:30 service, and then came home and hopped on the live stream. So yeah, Corey, I'd love to know what your acceptance rate is. Yeah, 2%. Yeah, see, under the new system, to get gold, yeah, your acceptance rate has to be 30%. Could you? Yeah, like there's no way you could accept 30% of your offers, right? So they rolled out the new program, 30% acceptance rate required for even gold on Uber. Like I can't do it. I would lose money because they don't stop sending you bad orders. They just send you some good orders, but they don't stop sending you bad orders. Yeah. Just imagine if you had to accept 28 more out of every 100. So thanks DoorDash for pioneering this whole acceptance rate thing. And so I'm never going to get to gold on Uber Eats if it's based off of acceptance rate. My cancellation rate is high, but I don't care if it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I don't know if you see that there, but it says to unlock gold on Uber Eats requires 30% or above. JR, how's it going? Hope you're doing well today. Yankees have a little bit of a rally here. They got 2 on. Yankees have runners on first and third. Nobody out. Anthony Volpe is up for the Yankees. And then I would be the top tier on DoorDash, but I keep getting dinged for all these late restaurants. So I'm stuck with 7 late deliveries. Sounds good, Corey. We'll wish you well. Make that money while you're out there. All right. Let's bring this window down just a little bit. I probably need to set up my other screens here. So I have a little more real estate. There's a grounder. McNeil throws to second to get that runner. One run's going to score. It's going to be 2-0 Yankees with a runner on first. Mighty Horn Record. Boom, boom. Type is album. Color is blue. All right, and then I just got to give the condition notes on the CD here. Volpe steals the bag there for the Yankees on a botched and run, but he still gets the steal. It's going to be a runner on second for the Yankees. Everything else looks good. Hope everybody is doing awesome here today. We are following along with some Mets baseball. Turn off Uber Eats. They're starting to send me orders. Send me a $3 order. That's definitely not going to get me to move from here. All right, here's the 2-2 pitch to LeMahieu. It's a chopper to the third. And that's going to be everybody safe. Runners on first and third. Not a hard hit ball, but another hit by the Yankees. So runners on first and third with 1 out. So Zach Pop is coming out of the game for the Mets. This is a bullpen game for the Mets. Expect a lot of bullpen exchanges and lots of bullpen work today. Mets are out of pitchers. So they're running all bullpen all the time here today. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Go on here. Hello. What are we doing? Going to upload our pictures to that listing. Upload. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pictures. We're at a commercial break because the Mets are doing a pitching change as we speak. I hope everybody is doing well today. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you are watching on MetropoliFins, we appreciate it. Yes, happy holiday weekend, happy 4th of July weekend to all of you, at least all of you in the United States. I know Corey already left, but he's in Canada. Job interview went well. They said they're going to be bringing me back for a second one, but I haven't heard back since. So we'll see. We'll see what that means. It was pretty basic. I guess that was kind of right before we left on our trip, and now we're just trying to get back into the swing of things here once again. Oh, the trivia. I know one of the answers to the trivia question. 2 Mets managers to play for the Yankees in the majors. One is Willie Randolph. I know that. Did Joe Torre ever play for the Yankees? Well, wait. Was Yogi Berra a manager for the Mets? It'd be Yogi Berra, right? Yogi Berra and Willie Randolph, I think. Oh, Casey Stengel? Was Yogi Berra ever a Mets manager, or did he just play with the Mets late in his career? There's a grounder, force out at second, but another run's going to score. It's going to be 3-0 Yankees here. Yogi Berra was manager for the Mets from 72 to 75. So let's look up Casey Stengel. Who did he play with? Well, then there's 3 of them. Should be Berra, Stengel, and unless I misread the question. Shouldn't it be 3? Yogi Berra, Casey Stengel, and Willie Randolph. They all managed the Mets, and they all played for the Yankees. I think their question is wrong. Stengel was 62 to 65. Oh, Casey Stengel did not play for the Yankees. Oh, never mind. It's Berra and Randolph. This is Casey Stengel. These are his teams as a player. Peraza flies out to right. Soto makes the catch. 3-0 Yankees going to the bottom of the 4th inning. So yeah, Casey Stengel never actually played with the Yankees. He managed the Yankees for 11 seasons, 1949 to 1960. And his jersey number is retired for the Yankees and the Mets. That'd be an interesting question. Are there any players other than Casey Stengel who have, well, and Jackie Robinson because he's universally retired, but any players who played for both the Mets and the Yankees who have their jersey retired with both the Mets and the Yankees? Interesting. All right, we're going to list this CD. It definitely goes a little bit slower when I'm talking, but at least I'm getting something done here as we do. What can make me feel this way? Mets bats were looking good yesterday. By the way, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo due up for the Mets here in the going to the bottom of the 4th innings. 3-0 Yankees. All right, Juan Soto coming to the plate for the Mets here in the bottom of the fourth as the Mets are trying to figure out how to crack the Max Fried code. All right, we're going to upload our next batch of pictures into ChatGPT for eBay. Let it start working on that listing for us here. Outside, 1-1. They call that a strike. Wow. It's in the dirt, 1-2 strikes. Well, there's okay. So Dallas Green. So they were wrong with the stat anyway. Yeah. So Torrey was on my short list. Maybe it was just name 2, not name the 2. Of course, Mendoza managed. I mean, the amount of managers who have been with both systems at one time is crazy. Mendoza's been with both. All right, Pete Alonso's up after Juan Soto strikes out. All right, Alonso grounds out. That's going to be 2 outs for the Mets here in the bottom of the fourth. Jimmy, this is MetropoliFins. We're YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. So I am currently listing some stuff on eBay while watching the Mets game, talking Mets baseball on MetropoliFins. If you're interested in making some extra money, with the pin chat is my other channel, Aside of Hustle. So where I focus more on the eBay side of things. Right now, I'm doing both. So I'm streaming live on both channels at the same time. It is 3 balls and 1 strike to Brandon Nimmo here as we speak. We're bottom fourth. Yankees are up 3-0. Let me know what you guys got for your sports questions. Appreciate you hanging out. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. And there's a walk to Nimmo. So Mets have 2 hits, both by Starling Marte. That's their first walk of the game. Base runners have been hard to come by. Vientos has been struggling. First pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 swaggy. Marky v. Mark Vientos. Two balls and no strikes. 2 Vientos. Eland, yeah, your Guardians have taken quite a fall. They were looking like a top 5 team for most of the first part of the season. There's the whole AL Central and the Tigers has fallen on hard times. So, think you guys are still going to be buyers at the trade deadline, or you guys headed to sell-off town? I haven't looked at where they are exactly in the standings for the wild card, but I mean that was a good team. They were knocking on the door, top 5, like first 6 weeks of the season, maybe 8 weeks. I think there's a lot of teams. It depends on what happens over the next couple weeks. There's a chopper to the left side of the mound. Fried throws out Vientos at first, and that's going to end the inning. The Mets are going to be down 3-0 going the top of the 5th here. So definitely wish you guys well. It's like for a while it was looking like that AL Central was going to be a beast because the Twins were on a roll, the Royals were on a roll. Of course, the Guardians were good, and Tigers have been great all season. But everybody's just kind of falling off a cliff. You know, Frankie back. Yeah. Lindor is ours now. I don't. Yeah, Mets were on a roll. The only good thing with the Mets is they had enough of a buffer that when they took the big hit, they struggled for 2 weeks, but they had at least a buffer that they're not like they didn't fall completely out of the race. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy how good the team was at the beginning of the season. Gave them that little bit of extra margin for error. Margin for error. Either way. What can make me feel this way, my girl? All right, so I'm working on listing some eBay things as well. Struggle return, we'll see. If the bats can stay awake, then it'll help cover the pitching deficiencies. Yeah, Eland, we in Metsville, we know all about 8-game losing streaks. What's your upcoming schedule? You guys have any relief? Because the Mets don't. The Orioles are on a roll right now. I know they were the joke, but they're looking to be like this year's Mets or Tigers. So Guardians, Tigers, nothing. Top of the 6th. Who's pitching? Oh, you're facing Scooble today? Oh, no. That's not what you want to see when you're struggling. One of my buddies is a big Tigers fan. I was talking to him today. And your next series is at the Astros. Ugh. Yeah, you guys, that's not looking good. That is not looking good. I hope everybody is doing well today. Yeah, no Magic like in the playoffs. Goldschmidt hits one off the wall. Throw into second, but it's going to be a double for Goldschmidt. So it's going to be a leadoff double for the Yankees. This game is looking like it's going to get out of hand for the Mets here really quick. Waddell is pitching for the Mets, by the way, now. Mets are on already pitcher number 3 of the day. The ball has been flying out, though, and the Mets bats can turn things around. But it always just feels like if the Mets aren't scoring runs by the 3rd inning, even sometimes in the 1st inning, it just feels like it's going to be one of those days where everything's just going to be slow. All right. We're listening to Mannheim Steamroller CD right now. So if you guys want to check out, you're at MetropoliFins, the eBay store is posted there if you want to check out sports cards and stuff we have. If you want the link on a Side of Hustle channel, just let me know. I'll add it. All right. Let's see. Let's get this listing. Get this listing done. There's no UPC. Classical guess. Grounder to first. Alonso throws to Waddell. Runner moves to third. With 1 out, Aaron Judge is coming to the plate for the Yankees. Instrumental album. Judge hit it high. And it's gone. Why did he pitch to Aaron Judge with first base open? I'd like to know that, Carlos Mendoza. Why in the world would you pitch to Aaron Judge there? There's a CD. Classical gas. 5-0. There's zero reason you should pitch to Aaron Judge in that situation. Zero reason. That was a poor decision by Carlos Mendoza. I don't know. What do you guys think? You got a runner on third with 1 out. Why in the world would you pitch to Aaron Judge? I think that was a really poor decision by the Mets. I don't know. You guys tell me. Am I crazy to think you walk Aaron Judge there, especially when you're already down 3-0? Like, if you give up a 3-run homer, it's not really that much worse than giving up a 2-run homer there. But why would you let Judge beat you? There's a lot I like about Mendoza, but there's a good chunk of questionable decisions. And I think that's one of them right there. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm not pitching to Aaron Judge there. All right. Well, it's going to be one of those days, which is why it's like, okay, instead of me just watching a game, I might as well be productive and try to make some money, right? So that's why we're listing on eBay. It's 5-0 Yankees, top of the 5th. So if you were watching on the Aside of Hustle channel, then make sure that you hit that like, hit that subscribe. And if you're enjoying the baseball part, click on that pinned comment. It's going to bring you over to MetropoliFins, our sports channel. We have two YouTube channels. And you can head on over there, like and subscribe over there. You can watch the same stream. It's on both channels at the same time. If you are on the MetropoliFins channel, you want to learn how to make some extra money, find a little financial freedom in your life, you can hop on over to the Aside of Hustle channel. Stanton flies out to right. Soto makes the catch. So under that scenario of walking Judge, that would have still scored 1 run there, but then Judge would be on first with 2 outs now. It's a really, really poor decision to face Aaron Judge there. 5-0 Yankees, top of the 5th. especially when you're not bringing out. It's not like you got an ace pitcher pitching. You got Luke Waddell, like the bottom of your barrel relievers pitching in this game. I don't get it. I don't get it, Carlos. All right, I'm going to finish listing this Mannheim Steamroller CD. This is the original 1987 release of this Mannheim Steamroller album. Doesn't even have the UPC on the back. So another hit for the Yankees. Gets by Soto. Taylor backs it up, throws it in. Gets by McNeil. And the Mets have lost all their focus and concentration. They've given up on the game. So it's 5-0 Yankees over the Mets. All right, let's get this. Let's go 14 minus 6 is 8. Oh, Kodai Senga threw his rehab assignment yesterday. Let's go drafts. Got to upload our pictures for that Mannheim Steamroller album that we're listing on eBay. If you want to check out the eBay store, there are links in the chat so you can check it out. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. They don't care about any of that stuff because they're just working on pitches and stuff. I don't. First of all, your defense, the range of your defense is so much worse. All right, we're gonna start working on our next CD here. All right, yeah, Volpe is retired, 5-0. But if the Mets had just walked Judge there and the rest of the inning played out as was, they would have only given up 1 run on a sacrifice fly instead of giving up 2. I think that was a poor decision pitching to Judge there. All right, all of those are uploaded. That second CD is listed, so at least we're getting something done here. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Just hanging out chilling, talking baseball, talking eBay. If I can help you get going on making some extra money on eBay, I would love to help you with that as well. Terry, they don't feel Sproat is ready yet. Um, they're trying not to rush these minor league guys, and right now they're just talking about on the broadcast how Senga and Montas both could be back in about a week or so. So today is a bullpen game. I know it's frustrating. I don't like it. I don't even like the concept of a bullpen game. I'm that much of a traditional fan, but it's just the way everything came down, and it's really unfortunate that it's against Max Fried too. But maybe it was just kind of like, hey, instead of trying to force some guy up who's not quite ready for it to get shellacked, like, do you really want to bring somebody in their first game ever pitching against the Yankees in the Subway Series, like, even though it is at home? Yeah, and Jonah Tong, he's pitching really well. It's kind of how it fell. You'd want those guys to come in maybe if you were playing against, say, the Athletics or the Rockies or something like that, and you really needed them. But it's this weird in between where the guys from injury aren't all quite ready to go back yet in the rotation, and it kind of stinks. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. It's, as a traditional baseball fan, I don't like it at all. And as a Mets fan, of course, it's really rough when when you see how dominant Max Fried is too. So, but I appreciate you, Terry, for sure. The good news is, at least the Mets won the series against the Yankees, right? What results? Hey, there's a one-out single for Jeff McNeil for the Mets here. Mets try to put something together. I don't doubt that this offense can string something together. It'd be nice to get Fried out of this game sooner rather than later. What is Fried's pitch count at? He's at 76. That's not bad. So maybe the Mets could just make the fifth be Fried's last inning, even if they can't. I mean, obviously, I'd like to get 1 or 2 runs here. But if we can just get his pitch count up into like the 90s. You got Sanger up and then Lindor on deck. So if we could turn the lineup over here, that'd be kind of nice. Oh, that's a solid single by Hayden Sanger. So the Mets have something going here for the first time today. Finally, runners on first and second. Yeah, we cooking. We cooking. You better believe it. What's great is it's coming from the bottom of the lineup, right? So now you got runners on. And Marte, the only other guy who had a hit before this inning for the Mets today, he's 2 for 2, and he's coming up. So it's Marte and Lindor are due up. Now I just got to figure out how to not ground into a double play. I don't know what you do, because it just feels like double playville right here. See what the Mets can put together here, though. I mean, right now, all the Mets have to do is figure out how to get Max Fried out of the game. That's mission number 1. Oof. Fouled off the catcher. Ouch. There's 9. That's 11. 14. $15. We'll go $15.95 since we're gonna go there. Figuring out my pricing. Got to do a little market research here. Figure out the pricing for my CD. This is Marta Sebastian. I think she's Hungarian. But there's 2 different ways to type her name, and different eBay returns different search results. So I got to put both versions of her name and her album name in the title. This is back over his head. So it's going to be bases loaded because McNeil was tagging. McNeil's trying to figure out if he should have scored on that or not. I mean, it worked in the Yankees' favor, but it is still bases loaded for the Mets. We'll take it. Lindor, Soto, Alonso coming up with 1 out and the bases loaded. Well, the Mets have to score here now. That's for sure. Mets have to score. We really cooking. We cooking, but like the meal isn't made yet either. You know what I mean? We definitely cooking, but the meal is still being made. One ball, no strikes to Lindor. I like it. I like it a lot. Like it a lot. The Yankees are conceding the run for the double A. Base hit! McNeil scores. Hayden Singer scores. It is 5-2, and the Mets got a little bit of a fight left in them still today. Best of all, they're doing this off of Fried. I was just hoping to get in the bullpen and see what we could do there. Fried is up to 86 pitches. Remember, I said the goal is get him to 90 this inning. Right back up the middle. Beautiful. That's the Lindor we love to see. That is the Lindor that we love to see. Juan Soto now comes up as the tying run here in the bottom of the 5th. There's still just 1 out. Mets have runners on first and second, so still trying to avoid the double play. A little more speed on the base paths now. That's outside. 1-0. Soto, they said, is 3 for 3 in his last 3 opportunities with runners in scoring position. So see if he can make that 4 for 4 here. Let's David Stearns always have that smile on his. I think whether you like it or not, I think David Stearns is just a grown-up kid getting to do what every Mets fan has wanted to do. He grew up a Mets fan, and now he gets to be the general manager of the team that he genuinely loves. It's kind of like, a kid on Christmas morning, but it's every day for him. Savage Batman, how's it going? Hope you are doing well today. I just really think that's what it is. I think he's excited. I don't think there's lots of panic in Metsville. That's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners on first and second here for the Mets. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, down 5-2 to the Yankees. This game is far from over because this is a bullpen game, and I'm not even sure who all is available for the Mets today, but Red Sox are actually doing good right now. And the Mets are beating up on the Yankees for you right now, so we're doing our best. That's just my take on it. Oh, fouled. Good spoiled pitch by Soto there. That was a good pitch to just foul off. Yeah, I just think of it like if someone named you the general manager of the Mets for a day, like you'd have a smile on your face too. And not only that, he gets to do it with an owner who's willing to spend money and who cares about the team. Like 90% of the money that Steve Cohen takes in on the Mets, he spends on the Mets. He's only skimming 10% off the top, the least of any owner in Major League Baseball. And it's his team, right? He can take as much profit off of them as he wants. But the fact that he's reinvesting 90% back into this team, that's got to be super cool for Stearns. Oh, Soto chases one in the dirt. So Fried got him up high the first time, and he got him in the dirt that time. All right, Alonso's now up. All right. There's a strike to Pete Alonso. Mets have runners on first and second here. 45 and 45. Hey, that's within range. They're not out of it yet. 501 607 1133 023. That is correct. What's the style? Traditional vocal Eastern European. All right. There's a strike to Pete Alonso. A nasty pitch. Dr. Delay. Been well. How have you been? All right, here's the 1-2 pitch to Pete. They're saying he's going to try to bounce this one. He's either going to go up high with it or bounce it in the dirt. Can't imagine this is a strike. He bounces in the dirt. Two balls, 2 strikes. Awesome, Savage. Good work. Keep that grind up of building up your video library. Do that work. By the way, if you haven't yet done so, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. Appreciate each and every one of you. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He flies it. Did he get enough? No, he got under it. Gets it out to the warning track, but that's it. Flies out to Judge. Mets do score 2. But they failed to get more. However, that's not bad. Because that should get Fried out of the game. That puts them at 97 pitches. Red Sox are up 4-2 right now. Awesome. Is that Tigers Guardians game? There was dual 1-hitters going on in that game. A little bit. By the way, we are listing some CDs on eBay. So if you guys are interested in making some extra money on the side, make sure you click on that pinned link on to A Side of Hustle. That's my other channel. Got lots of stuff over there. And if you're on the Aside of Hustle channel and you're enjoying the sports talk, make sure you click on your pin link and go over to MetropoliFins for sports talk. So we got both going on. We're doing a dual stream. Because if watching me one place is not good enough, why not watch me in two places? We're going to try this a little more often. We got to just figure out how to do both and make both work a little bit more. And we're going to also do some of these working. It'll be a little bit more of this working style where I'm actually getting some work done. I'm not being super efficient here, not going to lie. So yeah, just trying to figure out. I gotta figure out how to go live on both channels a little more often. So like and subscribe. You better believe it. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Dr. Delay. It's commercial break. 5-2 going to the top of the 6th inning here. Yankees over the Mets. We're also gonna. I'm still organizing a little bit more, but we're going to build a Patreon challenge. So we're gonna, for every 10 Patreons on the MetropoliFins channel, as we can slowly, hopefully, maybe even faster build it. Every 10 Patreons, we're gonna add a live stream a week until we get to 6 days a week. So patreon.com/MetropoliFins. I've taken a little break on there the last couple weeks, but we're gonna get that up and rolling again. So that's coming soon. So you can help support a small channel by supporting the Patreon. Looks like Freed's going to come back out for the bottom of the 6th. Possibly. All right. Everything looks good on the CD. It's silver. No cracks on the case. We'll call that. We'll upgrade that to moderate scuffing and wear on the case. All right, our edition specifics. So I'm also listing on eBay right now. Trying to get that up and rolling a little bit more. Let's go $9.90. Let's go $10.95 and 5. There's a strikeout. Austin Wells is now up for the Yankees here. He's got a hit and 2 RBIs today and 2 at-bats. 5-2 Yankees, top of the 6th, 1 out. All right, got to upload my photos. What can make me feel this way? Oh. No balls and 2 strikes to Austin Wells. Mets got 2 runs back, looking for a shutdown inning right here. Because now, if they can keep it at 5-2, this is the type of lead this Mets team can start to chip away at. Especially with, I mean, Freed doesn't get past the 6th, so at least you're going to get 3 innings of the Yankees bullpen. There's a chopper down to first. Pete grabs it, takes it himself. Crazy Cat, how's it going? Hope you are doing well today. Appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you are watching on the MetropoliFins channel, that's our sports channel. We talk about New York Mets and Miami Dolphins. I do, Crazy Cat. How could I forget a Crazy Cat? And if you're watching on a side hustle, make sure you check out the sports channel. So we're dual streaming on 2 different channels at once, while also listing eBay. Here's the next CD that I'm listing here today. By the way, all these CDs were found by scanning them using AI in thrift stores to try to speed things up. So kind of a cool modern day hack. So far, the best CD, I had AI found a $60 CD for me. I took a picture and uploaded the picture, and AI identified it was a Lisa Marie Presley CD. Already sold it for $60. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Not all of these are $60 CDs. A lot of these are in the $10 to $20 range, but still. Swing and a miss. That was a good shutdown inning by Waddell. Sorry to hear that, Cat. Do training camps open at the end of July? I was saying I wasn't sure if it was end of July or beginning of August. It's coming. It is coming. Yeah, no, we need that. We need that one. That one. We'll get all of those. Your friend is on mute. I don't think I can fix that, though, unfortunately. But I'm glad that you're here with us. Hopefully you can hear me. All right. So this is Kelly Hake, Only in My Dreams CD. The next one that we're going to be working on listing here. We took the pictures at the beginning of the session. We're on commercial break. Mets are coming up in the bottom of the 6th. It is 5-2 Yankees over the Mets. What is that? Good. I can't even. Qualdale Giddy. Qualdale Giddy. You're a Phillies fan. Oh, we had a rough stretch. Phillies had their rough stretch too. I think it's going to be a battle for the division all the way to September, but we shall see. I got family who are Phillies fans. In fact, if you look on the MetropoliFins shorts, I actually have a picture of me with the Philly fanatic that they have out there. All right, Nimmo gets hit by the pitch to lead off here. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a good battle. I think it's going to be Mets, Phillies, Dodgers. There might be one other wild card team that kind of really gets in the mix. Johnny Lasagna. Loizaga. Johnny Lasagna. I like it. Yeah, I mean, I would love it if some team from the West could actually take care of the Dodgers for us, but none of those teams look like they've been ready to consistently step up. Padres, Giants each go on runs. You know, every time you think the Diamondbacks are out of it, they make a little run to stay somewhat relevant, but none of them look like the type of team that can come and just like take over the division from the Dodgers. So I do think I do think the greatness of the Dodgers is overblown for sure. However, they're the type of team that I just still wouldn't really want to face in the playoffs. But their pitching is definitely vulnerable because they've dealt with the injuries too. So I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, I mean, how did the Phillies do against the Dodgers? Have you played them yet? Because the Mets were, I think, the Mets won the series against the Dodgers. If I'm remember, or they split it. They won. They won the season series. That's what it was, right? They took 2 out of 3 in New York, and they split 2 out of 4 in Los Angeles. Well, they are very top heavy. I think the Dodgers are wasting Shohei Ohtani as a leadoff hitter. I think he would be a much better in their lineup in like the 3-hole. So I think just like, yes, you want to get him maximum at bats, but the amount of times the Mets were able to face Shohei Ohtani with nobody on by attacking the bottom of the order, and then they got to face Shohei with nobody on. I think it'd be much better suited if you had him like Betts in front of him, you know, Freddie Freeman behind him, something like that. My 4th of July was good. How was yours? I went thrift store hunting, got a bunch of CDs, which I'm listing on eBay now, and then our family went to fireworks. So I put the fireworks display on my other channel. Nice. The big boys. I'm down in Southwest Florida. So this was if you miss fireworks, if any of you guys miss fireworks, that's this is the Naples Beach fireworks display. Base hit. Mauricio comes in with a pinch hit single here. And a key spot. Mets have runners on first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. D-Rails, how's it going? Yep, we're back. We're trying to figure out how to do things a little differently here. So I'm working on listing eBay while cheering on the Mets today as the Mets try to battle back. It's 5-2, but they got runners on first and second. Nobody out in the bottom of 6th. Ronnie Mauricio coming through with a nice pinch hit. Thank you, D-Rails. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. I'm just trying to figure out sustainability. It's really tough. This desire to want to be a creator, but not being able to support the family off of YouTube quite yet puts me in a weird position. So I'm trying to do the best of both worlds. Brett Beatty lines it into left field, and that's going to load the bases. So Mauricio, Beatty go back-to-back hits as pinch hitters. So I do think Mendoza messed up earlier. I think Mendoza messed up earlier by pitching to Judge when he could have walked him, but he's got it. Maybe I didn't forget Rally Pig. Maybe I'm not messing with this. The Mets have been hitting like crazy. They just want to see me working, so I gotta keep listing this CD. All right, they're having a meeting of the minds at the mound for Loizaga, or Johnny Lasagna, as Everyday Mets calls him. I'm not touching Rally Pig. I am so scared to bring him out. All right. So at this point, it's a bullpen game for the Yankees too, because Fried is out. So And first pitch is a ball. Jeff McNeil is up here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Just keep going. Like I said, keep the line moving. This is the Mets' chance to take this game over. That's a chopper. It's going to get by Loizaga. It's going to be thrown past him. Everyone's safe. Man. Goldschmidt flipped the ball to Loizaga. Loizaga wasn't able to catch it, got past him, but no one was able to advance. So it's still a run is in. Bases loaded. Still nobody out. The run was going to score no matter what. Oh, Loizaga just... Bruce, how's it going? Counts as a base hit. Hayden Sanger is up with the bases loaded and nobody out. 5-3. He hits a double play ball. Scooped. It is going to be the 2 outs. Mauricio is going to score 5-4. That's the Yankees are going to take that though. It's going to bring Marte up back to the top of the order. Marte is 3 for 3 on the day. Yep, red hot. But that's kind of a bummer for the double play. Is there any chance his foot came off the bag? Oh, that was a good play. That was a great play by Goldschmidt. My goodness. All right. Mets need a hit here. Tie this up 5-4. Ooh, that first pitch looked good, but Marte took it for a strike. One ball, one strike. All right. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Marte here. See if he can come through. All right, that's fouled off. Here's the next pitch. He hits it. Judge makes a sliding catch to retire the Mets. But that's 2 really good innings in a row for the Mets. Marte hit it just enough to get it out to Judge. 5-4 Mets going to the top of the 7th. Well, this Mets team has looked invigorated over the last 4 games or so. And it's good to see them playing at the level that we want to see them. Yeah, just keep fighting. Keep fighting. All right, so we're going to the top of 7th. We're at commercial break. Yep, crooked numbers every inning. You're right, Bruce. Like when you get the chance to score one, score two. That's if the Mets can keep doing that. That's what I'm wanting to see. All right, Huascar Brazaban is coming in for the Mets. You better believe it. There's a hit for Paul Goldschmidt here. Mark Leiter, Luke Weaver, Devin Williams. That's what Everyday Mets says the Yankees are going to bring out. We'll see how that goes. That ball's going to go down the first baseline. Let's see what happens here. Down the line. Oh, it bounces off his wrist. Bad hop off the wrist. So it's first and third, nobody out. Probably should be an error, but that's a tough error. Now you got to face Judge with first and third, nobody out. And you can't walk Judge here. Can't load up the bases with nobody out. All right, we're moving on to our next CD that we're listing here. It's not in English. Eugene Ysaye, 6 sonatas for solo violin, Oscar Shumsky. Grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Aaron Judge. Hold foul. This is deep left field. Marte gets on the warning track. It's going to score 1 run. Judge barely missed it. That's why you should have walked him the previous inning when you had the option, because this inning you didn't have the option. Lamar, I don't even know what you want me to do for the Lamar Jackson edit R4. I appreciate you hanging out with us. All right, 1 on, 1 out, 6-4 Yankees. Mets are going to have to keep going. Figure out how to score some more runs. Two balls and 1 strike to Stanton. That's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe if you want to help support this channel. Help us get to being able to do more live streams like we were doing regularly, but just don't have enough time to do it all because I got to make some money to help my family. You can join the Patreon to do that. Patreon.com/MetropoliFins, or if you're on the Side of Hustle channel, Vitalik, how's it going over there as well? You can become a member on that channel because that one is monetized. Did not go. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 count. 2 Stanton, 1 out. And he got some. Gets him swinging. 2 outs here, the top of the 7th. Bellinger hurt his hand. Three balls and 1 strike to Bellinger now. That's ball 4 to Bellinger. That's probably a That's a fine result there. Mets haven't been able to do much with Bellinger today. So Volpe is coming up with runners on first and second. Still 2 outs. Looking for that strikeout here now. I want to see Brazaban attack, be aggressive right out of the gate. Volpe fouls one off. No balls and 1 strike. Volpe goes down swinging, so that's going to retire the side. So only 1 run in. 6-4. All right, we're going to commercial break, headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. North of the wall for sure. All right, let's see. Everyday Mets said Mark Leiter. Mark Leiter for the 7th. Let's see if he is correct. Followed by Luke Weaver and Devin Williams. See who the Yankees are going to bring out. I don't know if they've announced it yet. I don't have game day open today. I already have too many things. I have too many tabs open as it is. Zero 8-3 603 503 92. 1 extra digit there. Let's see if that finds it. Oh. Lindor, Soto, Alonso coming up for the Mets. Still showing on MLB TV. It's still showing Loizaga. I wouldn't imagine they're going to leave him in, but Mets put up 3 runs on Max Fried in 5 innings of work. That's not bad at all. You all right? So Mark Leiter is in. So Everyday Mets, you are correct so far. You are correct so far. CD Classical. You want Rally Pig? All right. You go on Rally Pig. Rally Pig is at your service here. Classical, instrumental, solo violin. Three and 0 to Lindor. Silver. The Yankees sure whine about a lot of different things. I think it's kind of the Aaron Boone mentality. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Lindor here. Mets are still down 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Ad hits him. This is the current CD that I'm listing. All right, Mets have the leadoff runner on, still down 2. They've yet to have the lead yet today. First pitch to Soto is high for a ball 1. That's inside. 2-0. 2-0 to Soto. Soto fouls it away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bellinger makes a shoestring catch, and Lindor gets doubled off of first. Wow. Mets are going to challenge all of that. Let's see. This is our rally pig, though. He's sometimes a jinx, too, Dud. Yeah, it's going to be a double play. The catch was as a great catch by Bellinger, followed up by a great throw. That's unfortunate for the Mets. The glove's under the ball the whole time. Ooh. Yeah, it's just a great catch. He was trying to go first to third, derails. I think that's, I'm not saying it's the right move, but I'm watching this slow-mo replay. I'm trying to see. Wow. I would love to see them overturn it just to see Aaron Boone get kicked out of this game. Because if they overturn this call, Aaron Boone is he's toast. I just want to see Boone get thrown out. So yeah, it's double play. So I'm not saying that Lindor did it right, but I'm sure that's what he was thinking. Two pigs and a poke. So rally pig becomes the rally jinx again. But Pete Alonso's up. The inning's not over. So it started out as a promising inning and just kind of been that delay. But there are 2 outs now, too. Yeah, they're saying it. Yeah, no, this game is far from over. Far from over. Just a little disappointing how that play went down. That play is 2 inches from being Mets have runners on first and third with nobody out, and Pete Alonso coming up. So we got another foreign language CD we're going to be listing here. Alonso does walk, so Nimmo, Mauricio, Badia, the next 3 due up, so they're going to bring in a lefty to face all 3 of them. It's definitely feeling like it's Nimmo time here. So Mets, there's going to be a pitching change here. Mets have a runner on first with 2 outs. It is. the atmosphere, just listening through my headphones to this game, it's so loud at the stadium. I can't remember a game like this loud that I've listened to this season. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. So obviously, I hope the Mets win, but even if they don't, it's a lot of fun. Of course, it's already been a great series for the Mets, taking 2 out of 3. So. All right. I got 2 more CDs to get listed by the time this game is over, and then I'll at least have accomplished my goal of doing something productive in this time. Yeah. No, it does. It's feeling like Nimmo time. It's feeling like Nimmo time. Nimmo's been just on an absolute heater right now. Power Pig to the rescue. We're leaving him out there. Everyday Mets requested Rally Pig. I do think if Lindor slides, he gets back in safe. It's grounded out to LeMahieu, and that's going to retire the Mets. So we're going to the 8th inning. Top of the 8th. Mets still have to find some pitching to get through. Mets have to find some pitching to get through this game too. So still down 6-4, going to the top of the 8th. So the Mets had some opportunities there, but great play by Bellinger, just kind of ended up just shutting down that inning. But the Mets continue to fight, which is good. It's what you want to see. All right. We're going to get some eBay stuff done here during this commercial break. UEFA. Just watching baseball. Just watching some Mets baseball right now. How you doing, Parfit? that was so fluky, Bruce. Like, that's not on Soto at all. 90% of the time, that's like a base hit and runners on first and third. Just sometimes plays just go against you in baseball. Classic ambient. Is it piano? Any evidence that this is piano? Record label. Worry comes with a job. Yeah. It is part of the required job description. Like I said, I'm resting easier today just because the Mets already have the series won. Sometimes a player just makes a good play. And it's just how it goes down. All right. Well, if you are watching this channel on the MetropoliFins and you would like more of these live streams, I would love to bring more to you. And the way that you can help me do that is hopping on the Patreon, patreon.com/Asideofhustle, as well as all your likes and your subscribes. So we try to get monetized. We'll offer memberships to the channel once we get to our 500, but we still have a ways to travel on that. So, but once we get 10 paying Patreons, we are gonna try to get. We'll add a second live stream. Or sorry, 10 paying Patreons. Yeah, to say that right. Once we get to 10 paying Patreons, we will add a second live stream. All the way up till we get 60, we'll have 6 live streams. So Mets are going to get Senga and Mania back very soon. Sounds like, barring setback. Austin Wells is up 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. By the way, this is Rico Garcia. Rico Garcia is pitching for the Mets now. Ugh. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Austin Wells here, top of the 8th. Mets are down 6-4 to the Yankees. If the Mets can get a couple batters to the plate, get a couple runners on this inning, they will get back to Lindor, Soto, at least Lindor, Soto. Let's see, how many guys? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want Lindor, Soto, Alonso to lead off the 9th, the Mets need to get 2 runners on. There's a base hit for Austin Wells, 1 out hit, top of the 8th. No balls and 2 strikes to Peraza here. Mets are just trying to keep this a 2-run deficit, keep within loop and a blast territory. All right. That one's fouled back. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 per Raza. Sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. This popped up. Sanger gets under it. Batting 1-run games, batting extra innings. Yeah. Well, their bullpen is taxed just like the Mets has been. You know, you got to remember the Yankees are a good team, but they've been struggling just like the Mets have been struggling. There's a strike there to Goldschmidt. No balls, 1 strike. Lindor takes the ground ball, flips it over to Mauricio. That's going to retire the side. Yes. Mets have home magic. This game is definitely not over yet. Arushan, how's it going? We're heading to the bottom of the 8th inning here. Mets are trying to make a comeback. So we are listed on some eBay. I got 1 more CD to get listed by the time this game is over. I don't know how many that was total. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not the fastest pace in the world, but at least we're getting something done in the midst of everything. And then, once I get this done, if I can, we'll just watch the rest of the game together to the very end. After this, I'm headed out to do some food delivery tonight. So if you've appreciated, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you really want to help this channel with being able to bring more live coverage to you, click that Patreon. Love to have you join that. If you're interested in learning more about making some extra money, you can click that pinned comment if you're on the MetropoliFins stream. That'll bring you over to a side of hustle where we cover all sorts of ways to make some extra money and experience freedom in life. Mauricio Beatty McNeil. And that's a leadoff base hit by Mauricio. Just right through the hole between first and second base. Let's see if Beatty can match that as well. I agree. Brett wanted to go away, or Brett wanted to try to pull that, but it was inside. But I agree that Mauricio looks like he's here to stay. I think the one who's on the precipice right now is Vientos. Oh, there's a hard hit ball. Another weird double play. My goodness. That is, I don't think I've seen two more fluky double plays. I think Mauricio couldn't tell that that ball hit the ground. Yeah. They're saying both of those were very unusual double plays. There's a grounder to short, and it's going to turn out to be a really quick inning for the Mets there, unfortunately. All right, well, it's going to come down to the ninth. Yeah, work your walks. I think they were trying to jump on him early, and well, you're going to get Sanger, Marte, Lindor. That's who's going to be due up in the ninth. Now the Mets. Who do the Mets have on their bench? Well, you got Torrens and Janikowski. It's probably save Janikowski if Sanger gets on. I think you let Sanger hit. Devin Williams will be coming out. Yeah, unless the Yankees put up a lot of runs. You think Mauricio's gone? Oh, it'll be interesting to see. I do think the Mets are going to trade some of these well-known prospects / younger players. It's clear that there's not room for all of them to play every day, and it's clear that there's some teams that are looking for young talent. And honestly, for some of these guys, it's probably for the best that they would get a shot of playing everyday ball with a team like an Oakland or a Colorado or something like that. So I don't know who's going. I'm not, but it's just clear that there's not enough room. And I personally disagree with, as probably some of you guys do too, with how Mendoza plays, but Mendoza plays the hot hand. And that just doesn't play well for younger guys who need consistent everyday playing time to get better at the game. So I don't know. I just feel like this is probably the Mets have a lot more holes to fill than what we thought. All right. Well, there's one quick out for the Mets. What you do want to see this inning is you want to see a quick inning. I was surprised. I was surprised how quick they brought Vientos back from injury. When he was clearly struggling this season, I would have milked his playing time in AAA for a couple more games just to get him right. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, the injuries have just been brutal. But the Mets are not just one piece away now. So I think we are going to be obviously we're in the bullpen market. Our bullpen is just hanging on by a thread. But I think we are in legit starting pitcher market, and I would not be surprised if the Mets trade for a um a high on base percentage guy. I think center field would fill that particular mold, but I that's just kind of my guess. And it does kind of feel not desperation per se, but it feels like it's the time for action. Like the Mets need to make a big they need to make a big trade deadline splash. And I would say not just a back end starting pitcher. I would say like a number two, maybe not a number one guy. Yeah, I would say yeah, bullpen for sure, number two starter, and a just a good batting average slash on base percentage guy. Not necessarily another power number, but got him looking. Garcia gets Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is not happy. That was just the same type of pitch that Fried used to get the Mets got. I forget who it was. Yeah, I like Byron Buxton. Now that the Phillies have fallen back out of it again, Byron Buxton was my early target. I would love Byron Buxton in this outfield. Plus, that takes a little pressure off of Soto. It gives you another leadoff option. Like Marte's done well as the leadoff hitter today, but you know, you got the flexibility. You could play Marte in like the 9 hole to turn the lineup over too. I really like Byron Buxton. I would be willing. I'd be willing to trade one of the baby Mets for Byron Buxton. Stanton pops this one up. Mauricio gets under it. That's a great job. We haven't done this in forever. I don't even know where my rock is. There he is. Rico Garcia gets the rock solid relief performance of the day. So, all right. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. I got one CD to list. Let's get this done. Yeah, I agree. This was a very good bullpen game. It got better as it went on. It got better as it went on for sure. All right, so we're going to the bottom of the ninth inning here. It's going to be Sanger, assuming the Mets don't pinch hit, which I don't think they will. Sanger, Marte, Lindor. Now, if Sanger gets on, I would expect Janikowski to come in just to try to stay out of the double play. Devin Williams is in for the Yankees. Toronto won again today. 8 in a row for the Blue Jays. No balls and 1 strike 2. It is Luis Torrens who's so I'm surprised they didn't hit Sanger and then pinch run, but they're just giving Torrens the pinch hitting role here. This ump likes giving the really delayed strike call, which really frustrates everybody. Mendoza's going to get himself tossed. Mendoza getting cranky. No balls, 2 strikes. Torrens needs to just figure out a way to get on base here. Oh, now he's got to protect. Oh, yeah, there goes Mendoza meltdown. That was 2 really bad calls in a row. Good to see some fire, but he had to protect Torrens because Mets don't have a backup catcher. Yeah, they were both really bad calls. So Mets fans appreciate Mendoza on that one. I haven't seen a manager kick dirt on home plate in a while, so that's such a bad pitch. I mean, it's a great pitch, but such a bad call on that. All right, Marte's up now with 1 out. Like one of those pitches would have been rough, but yeah, both of them back in a row. He called that's that same pitch. He called it a strike again. Marte bluffed the bunt, pulled it back. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Marte. That's high. Hey, he didn't call it a strike, so Marte just got hurt. So 2-1 count. Marte just hurt his knee or something. We got all sorts of chaos this game. The only hitter the Mets have left is Jankowski. Jankowski, not Janikowski. Jankowski, Travis Jankowski on the bench. All right, Marte's going to stay in the game for now. Maybe if he gets on base, Jankowski will come in. Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that happened with Winker. I just don't. This is why I don't like having a guy who's only a pinch runner on your bench. Like, I like Jankowski as a pinch runner, but like, play him in the outfield today and then play Marte as your DH. These guys who are now becoming like designated hitters, there just kind of comes a point when you can't really play them in the field anymore. All right, Lindor's on deck. So Lindor's coming up no matter what. You'd love to see it's grounded to third. Yeah. I can't imagine Marte staying in this game if it goes to extras here. Yeah, he's hobbling, guys. Well, so Marte to the injured list, and Winker back to DH when he gets here. All right, well, so now we need a good at-bat from Lindor here to... Two balls and one strike to Lindor. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lindor. Soto on deck, so Lindor needs to get on and keep this game going here. Mets are down by 2. Almost hit him. He could have almost let it hit him. It's 3-2. How do I feel about the Mets? Mets are going to make some moves. That's how I feel. That almost caught his shirt. The full count pitch to Lindor. And they said he went around. Wow. That was a rough inning for the umps. I'm not blaming the game on the umpires, but man, that was a rough inning. That was as fluky of a win as I think you're going to see for a while. There were back-to-back innings with fluky double plays. I mean, he swung, but still. Faraz, Rushan, Lane, how's it going? I mean, the Mets commentator is saying the defense bailed him out. It's kind of true. We're English only in here, though. Faraz? It was kind of more like 2 fluky double plays that you rarely ever see happened. And that's just the way the baseball bounces. Anyway, the Mets lose the game, but they win the series. We got a bunch of stuff listed on eBay. I got one more CD to finish up. Mets lose 6-4. If you want to help support this channel so we can do this more often, please join that Patreon, patreon.com/MetropoliFins. 4-game winning streak is gone. Yeah, that's all right. It still feels like the Mets pitched a bullpen game and only lost to the Yankees by 2. And they almost got freed. So I feel okay with how they did today. 2 fluke double plays, some really bad umping in the 9th. All things considered, I'm not going to be too upset. Appreciate everybody. Thank you so much, and we will talk to you again soon. Have a great night.